Rube's Observations brought to you by Bradford White Water Heaters.
Where do you even start after just another epic meltdown by the 2023 Eagles? A team that not too long ago seemed like they had the number one seed locked up. They don't even seem like a playoff team, but technically they are, so got to go play this game. I'm going to start with Nick, just because if you had suggested to me even a couple weeks ago that he might not be back in 2024, I would have just laughed at you, because this guy took the Eagles to a Super Bowl last year. They're a playoff team for the third straight year. They still have 11 wins. But after what we've seen, really, the Arizona and the Giants, second Giants game, are the ones that have really got me thinking, Jeff Lurie, he doesn't like to be embarrassed. He doesn't like people laughing at his football team. And he's not one to make rash judgments. But if he's convinced that this coaching staff is currently constructed cannot get this team back on track, I wouldn't be shocked if he does make a change. I still think it's more than likely Nick will be back, but I'm starting to wonder if they get blown out in Tampa, and I don't have any reason to think they won't, the way things have gone. I think anything's on the table, and it would be the earliest after a Super Bowl any coach has ever been fired. But after what we've seen, some of these last few games, I can't say I would disagree. Observation number 2, let's talk about Matt Patricia. And I liked the change when they made it. I thought it was necessary. They were so bad on defense. Obviously, it's backfired. It's been a disaster. What Matt Patricia has done is 100 times worse than the product we saw with Sean Desai. At least Sean Desai, look, they shut down the Dolphins. They shut down the Rams. They shut down Tampa, Minnesota. They shut out the Chiefs in the second half. Shut out Dallas, limited Dallas in the first game to 6 points in the second half. So there were high points under Sean Desai. It was really the Bills, Niners, Cowboys, that stretch that cost him his job. If it's this bad under Matt Patricia, and I know this probably will never happen, I would demote Matt Patricia and put Sean Desai back in charge. At least Sean Desai has some good games on his resume. It hasn't been a complete disaster. Matt Patricia has. And if they have any chance of beating Tampa, he can't call the plays next weekend down in Tampa. He just can't. It's a catastrophe. You got guys running around, have no idea where they're supposed to be, what they're supposed to do, who they're covering. It's a complete catastrophe. I don't know if I've ever seen worse Eagles defense than what we've seen over these last 6 weeks or so, and 4 weeks under Patricia. And look, it's backup quarterbacks that are doing it. Drew Lock, Tyrod Taylor, Kyle Murray coming off an injury. I think the only chance is to change coordinators again. I know it's crazy, and I'm not sure the Eagles want to admit that they blew it, but we can all see it. And sometimes to not change a mistake is worse than the original mistake. So got to do something. I would put Sean Desai back in charge of the defense. And number 3, just concern about Jalen. Obviously, he got hurt. He didn't sound super optimistic after the game about that injury. But beyond that, he just kind of looked out of it. His inability to pick up blitzes, and I don't think the coaches have done him any favors. I don't think it's all him, certainly. You don't see those easy, hot reads running free that he should be able to get the ball to quickly when he's blitzed. You know that Todd Bowles is going to bring the heat as much as possible next weekend down in Tampa, and Jalen's got to do better against. He's got to make some plays against the blitz. You know, his decision-making has been a little slower this year, so that's something that they're going to have any chance to win, which I don't think they do. He's got to be a lot better next weekend against the blitz.